And thank you for staying with us. CaringKind is New York City's leading expert on Alzheimer's and dementia caregiving. They partnered with Ailey Dance to bring a one-of-a-kind program to engage families impacted by Alzheimer's and dementia through music and dance. And here now, sharing a little bit more information, is Meredith Wong, manager at Connect to Culture and CaringKind. And good to have you, Meredith.
Thank you for having me.
Good. So for somebody who doesn't know about CaringKind, give me a little background.
So CaringKind used to be the New York City chapter of the Alzheimer's Association. In 2015, we disassociated and actually went back to our nonprofit roots and became CaringKind. And really our primary reason for being is to support caregivers of people with Alzheimer's and dementia. And we do that through support groups, through a 24-hour helpline, through education programs at our offices and around the 5 boroughs. The other program that I'm here to talk about is Connect to Culture.
So give us a little bit about Connect to Culture.
Connect to Culture is a fairly new idea. I actually come from an art museum background working with adults with disabilities and found my way to CaringKind to create a program that connects families impacted by dementia across the 5 boroughs in New York City with cultural institutions in New York City in the 5 boroughs. So I go and talk to museum professionals, horticultural botanic experts, anyone who will talk to me, to really explain that this is a need and families really are looking for opportunities to share with the person that they're caring for.
So give me an idea of, and I'll use the word connect, right? How do you connect the dots and make that happen?
So connecting the dots, it's multifaceted. So I talk to cultural professionals and I'll basically do an education program on what dementia is, what the disease is, how it may manifest in people with different types of dementia. And then after that, I'll talk to the educators who would be facilitating that program, creating and facilitating that program. And we work together to create an opportunity for a shared experience with these families. One initiative that I've started is, in addition to creating programs for both the caregiver and the people they care for, I'm actually starting to talk to institutions about creating programs just for caregivers. Because really, again, going back to our primary reason for being, is we want to support caregivers. And caregivers, we find, need to make that time for themselves, to care for themselves in order to be able to care for the person in their family.
And having that out, I guess, is pretty important, right? I mean,
Yes.
I know, for family, I was a caregiver myself. My sister's the primary caregiver, but to be totally engaged in caring for that loved one,
Yes.
and then not having the opportunity to detach and be yourself, if you will, is a very challenging experience.
It is very challenging, and you're speaking from experience as well. It needs to kind of have a spotlight on it to say you're giving 110% of yourself 110% of the time. There's no way that is sustainable. So what we say is we are giving you opportunities, it may be 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours, to walk through a botanic garden, to go to a museum, to go to a concert. And these opportunities are created just for you as a caregiver and or you as a caregiver and the person you're caring for, with the understanding within the staff that they know what to expect. If someone wants to get up and dance during a concert, that's actually great. That's a sign of engagement. If someone wants to sit back and listen, that's also okay. So the expectations are more flexible, and we try to create a safe and comfortable space.
So you got a workshop coming up.
I do. Actually, it's already started. It started in May. We, as you earlier referred to, it's a partnership with Ailey Arts in Education. And I just want to say that the Andrew W. Mellon Foundation was generous enough to give us a grant to partner with them. It's a dance workshop. There are actually 2 series of dance workshops happening at the New Settlement Community Center in Mount Eden. And so one series of workshops is just for caregivers, again, to give them that opportunity to kind of let loose and have fun and meet each other. And then a different series happening simultaneously through next November is for the caregiver with the person they're caring for.
So for people who want to find out more information, being connected, I know that there's some workshops coming up June 4th, June 18th, July 16th, August 20th.
Yes. Again, so we have a flyer that's available on our website. You can also call our helpline at 646-744-2900, and it's also on our website. And we have flyers up through August, and then we will do a different flyer through November. As part of this workshop series, we're actually going to have a performance with some of the participants of those workshops, and also performance for the participants from Ailey Dance students.
Amazing work that you guys are doing. So as I look back and I think about like some of the work that's done on the part of caregivers, you know, I think the biggest challenge that I was talking to somebody before the segment is that when it comes to caregivers, sometimes they don't even recognize they need care themselves.
Yes. Actually, going kind of one step back from that is sometimes caregivers don't realize that they're caregiving. So if it's especially with family members, they're doing what's kind of natural. You have a parent who's aging, they're showing signs of forgetfulness, they're showing other signs maybe that raise a red flag, but they're not identifying themselves as caregivers. So that's really kind of the first step. And then once they kind of realize that and take on those responsibilities, then it's, I have to spend 110% of my time caring for my mom or my dad or my grandmother. And I can't find the time to care for myself, and that's okay because it's all about this person in my family who I've known for many years. So it's educating caregivers that actually they do need to make that time. If it's not going to a museum, it's going out and being in a social setting. You don't necessarily need to be on. It's being out and about.
Meredith, I want to thank you so much for coming. Great information, and we're going to give our viewers a little bit more before we go.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, I want to let you know the Ailey Dance workshops for caregivers and individuals with dementia in partnership with CaringKind will be taking place on the dates on the screen. Now, once again, it's Tuesdays from 6 to 7:30 at the New Settlement Center Community Center. That's 1501 Jerome Avenue in the Bronx. Once again, 1501 Jerome Avenue in the Bronx. Now, if you want more information, all you can do is visit CaringKindNYC.org or email helpline@caringkindnyc.org or call them at 646-744-2900. Once again, that number is 646-744-2900. Well, stay tuned for more Open. We've got more right after this.